a big mover of today, and that is indeed the largest automaker of India, Maruti Suzuki. What a run up in today's trading session on the back of a very important news flow where UP government has actually gone ahead and waived off the registration fees on the strong hybrids, and indeed Maruti Suzuki is one of the biggest beneficiary of this particular news. To talk to us more on this, we are being joined by none other than Mr. RC Bhargava, who is the chairman of Maruti Suzuki. Good afternoon, Mr. Bhargava, and great to have you. First of all, talk to us about this particular news flow where the UP government has gone ahead and waived the registration fees. How do you see this move incrementally positive for the strong hybrid cars, the promotion of this particular technology in India, as well as do you believe that the other states will also follow the suit after UP government has gone ahead and did it first?
Well, firstly, let me say that this is a very commendable and wise move of the UP government, because it has become quite apparent that the target of achieving zero emission, carbon emission, and reducing the dependence on imported oil cannot be achieved only by electric cars, at least not in a foreseeable period of time. And that alternative technologies are required, because otherwise we are producing pure petrol and diesel cars, which are much more polluting than what would be the case if these cars adopted technologies like hybrid or CNG or biofuels. And Maruti has always been saying that the government must encourage all these technologies, adopt alternative routes to, in addition to electric cars, to get to our goals in the area of emission and substitution of imported oil. And I think the UP government is to be commended, because it is the first government which has actually taken this step of encouraging hybrid technology. West Bengal, incidentally, has also reduced the prices on CNG cars. So they have also realized the importance of alternative technologies. I do believe that this step taken by these two states will make other states also think about their policies and the validity of what is being done in these states, and that will lead to the country moving faster towards our national goals of clean energy and clean transportation.
All right, Mr. Bhargava, I just wanted to understand from you, since what the numbers that we have till now is that for FY24, Maruti Suzuki actually sold around 16,000 of strong hybrids all across India, and we are aware that the company has more such launches lined up, as you are one of the first movers in this particular technology. But Mr. Bhargava, UP actually did contribute around 1,000 units of sale for FY24 as per the dealers. But Mr. Bhargava, which other markets could be bigger for the strong hybrids and for UP specifically? Any insights or any expectation of this particular sales to go up substantially?
I think the importance of this step has to be viewed in a larger context, because firstly, of course, this will have a short-term impact in increasing sales. I'm not sure by how much, but as I said, the impact on other states. What will happen to policy? Because once policy starts recognizing that you have to encourage alternative technologies and not only one technology, then that has a much bigger impact on the future development of vehicles and the extension of cleaner technologies to smaller vehicles and to mid-sized vehicles, and not only to the top-end vehicles. So I am hopeful that this is only the beginning, and this will lead to a change in the whole landscape in relation to the use of alternative technologies.
Talking about alternative technology, Mr. Bhargava, the company has been quite vocal of the reduction in the GST rates in order to push the automotive sales. Other than that, CNG as a technology is something that the Maruti is one of the leaders there and has been vocal about that you want the government to take steps and more initiatives in the times ahead. The budget is upcoming, Mr. Bhargava. So would you like to once again tell the government or put forward to the government that indeed it could be a big step or a booster for the CNG sales, or do you hope that this could be in the making and maybe the government is looking at this tax cut on the CNGs very closely?
We continue to interact with government, and besides CNG and hybrids, we are also pushing very strongly for biogas and ethanol. We think those are fuels which are then produced from our own natural resources within India. They have no import content. They are going to create a much greater impact on emission and the atmosphere than any other source of energy. And those also need to be encouraged. So we will continue our dialogues, our discussions to try and make more and more people realize that there are different ways. India is different from other countries. The amount of biogas potential we have in India, nobody else in the world has. The kind of agricultural waste we have, the kind of animal waste we have, who has? Nobody in the world. We should utilize that. So we are talking to government on these lines.
All right. And lastly, Mr. Bhargava, at the current situation for the industry, what we are getting to understand that all in all, the inventory level is quite at elevated level. Any comments that you would like to make at this point regarding the inventory levels in the passenger vehicle industry right now, since what we are getting is that the companies are coming out with some discounts as well in order to gain some more traction. So your view on the same?
The retail sales in June were not as high as was expected. And generally, people are attributing this to the severe heat wave conditions which prevailed all over the country and kept people from visiting showrooms and doing test drives and such things. I'm hoping that now, with good rains coming and weather changing, that sales will pick up. At the same time, I think at least some companies will adjust their production so that the inventory levels with the dealers come down, because high inventory levels with dealers hurt both the dealers and the automobile companies. It's in nobody's interest to push vehicles to the dealers and then keep them there unsold.
Right. And lastly, Mr. Bhargava, since for today the big news is the UP government going ahead and actually taking it a step ahead in this direction. Before I let you go, Mr. Bhargava, this 1,000 number in UP, if you can give us a sense that how much incrementally this number or substantially this number can move in the times ahead. And also, Mr. Bhargava, since you are in discussion with multiple states, any state that you believe that this policy could be a game changer and the state should look at this, getting this policy of waiving off the registration fees all in all, and that could be a big booster for the industry? Any state name that you wish to highlight?
No, I would. Now, what I would like to say is that both the center and the state governments should review the whole approach to achieving carbon neutrality and reduction of imported oil. And in doing so, they should look at the alternative technologies, the merits of alternative technologies, and then frame policies to encourage these technologies in terms of their impact and result, which we all desire. There's a common objective of getting to that end.
All right, Mr. Bhargava, we just wanted to get your take on, do you believe that which states could actually, for now, which are the states that give you the most of the sales for the hybrids, and the government is also inclined to. Lastly, if you want to share some thoughts there, Mr. Bhargava, that'll be great for us.
No, I wouldn't like to speak on specific states at all.
All right, totally respect that, Mr. Bhargava, and thank you so much for joining us today on ET Now and giving us your view on how this could be a big policy boost by the UP government that has already been declared, as well as going ahead how this could actually push the strong hybrid sales in India, as well as starting with the UP, how this push is coming in for the industry. Thank you so much for your time. But with this, viewers,
if you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.